With the Sinister Grace patch came the pallet density update, adding a large amount of pallets to a very large amount of realms. This is right in line with behaviors balanced by spreadsheet design that they have moved towards lately, where issues in the numbers are found by looking at their internal data and not really thinking about why those issues exist. In this case, a lot of these so-called dead zones exist in maps like Asylum or Ormond to prevent strong main buildings in check from linking up together too well and being too impossible for basic killers to run, something that's not immediately apparent if you don't actually play the game. The Dredge is one of these killers who is hit the hardest by this flood of extra pallets. Good survivors can counter the Dredge's remnant by waiting for the Dredge to drop his remnant at a filler pallet, then simply abandoning the loop and running to the next one. As the Dredge gets slowed and loses his bloodlust by dropping the remnant, too many filler pallets chained together make an area that the Dredge can't use his power to handle, making him just a basic killer. Now, while behavior has responded to this backlash with vague promises to re-look into it, until changes are made, we're going to have to adjust our Dredge builds. Our build today is going to be a synergistic pile of meta perks to try and fight through it as best as we can. Brutal Strength increases our pallet breaking speed. By being less liberal with our power usage and greeting pallets, we can force more pallet drops, and Brutal Strength will help clear those pallets out in order to create a bit of a dead zone for us to work with. Corrupt Intervention will block off the 3 furthest generators from our spawn point, stopping survivors from just instantly starting to work on whatever gen they spawn next to. This is a key pairing with Brutal Strength, as our early game is going to be slow on a map full of pallets. Eruption will be our slowdown perk, priming generators by kicking them, then doing extra damage to those gens once we down a survivor. With Brutal Strength, we'll be able to apply Eruption faster, something nice to do if we want to apply Eruption during a chase. Nowhere to Hide will reveal the auras of all nearby survivors after we kick a generator. Since we're kicking gens anyway to apply Eruption, this info is free and will give us some clever tricks that we can use during chases, while also showing us if a generator is safe for us to walk away from. An alternative that you can do with this build involves using Fire Up instead of Brutal Strength, but Brutal synergizes with Corrupt much better and we want that early game slowdown for our build. For add-ons, we're going to be using the Automarian Writing and the Follower's Cowl. The former gives us our power back sooner, which is always helpful, and the latter gives us Killer Instinct when we return to our Remnant, which is very strong for avoiding flashlight and more especially pallet saves. Stick around after the game, and we'll talk about a few Fire Up build variations, but for now, let's just get to the gameplay. Ooh, Forgotten Ruins. Okay, so I think this is one of the maps that had more pallets added to it. But it also wasn't too bad for Killer before, as long as you don't let yourself get drawn down downstairs too much. So let's see how it is. I'm not really seeing a huge difference, but anyway, so the survivors, they probably spawned either downstairs by that lone gen, or somewhere up top they're going to try to sneak around. I want to avoid the temptation to go downstairs, so I'm just kind of I don't know. Oh yeah, here's somebody right here. Yeah, the trick to this map is let the survivors 3-gen themselves. And yeah, she knows that was a hit. She's also, she's injured. Okay, so she's got, what's it called, No Mither, that keeps you injured the whole game, which is a terrible perk generally, but people often bring them in Sabble builds. Because they want you to try to slug them and they'll keep picking themselves up off the ground. And she did in the toolbox. So it's very possible they're trying something here. I'm not entirely sure. We'll just pay attention. No one went for a save or anything there though, but we might have just caught them off guard. Let's break this. We've got that increased break speed. I could go and kick that gen, but I don't want to lose the tempo right now. We don't really need it at this point. We did lose, unfortunately, Corrupt right off the bat. Oh, she's going this way. Simply because when you down someone, you lose Corrupt. And I have no idea where she went, because I am blind as a bat. I guess I'll just head back over here. I am not going to tunnel her out of the game or anything, but I'm not going to go too easy on her either, because she brought this perk probably for a reason. Let's see what the Bill is going to try right here. He is going to take the long way around. We are going to hold our power. He is going to go, and then get a nice little hit. Shack can be pretty fun to play with it when you're the Dredge. Oh, he does stay here, huh? Interesting. We have our power back. He's just going to drop. He's probably going to leave Shack at this point. He does not. So I'm going to put my remnant right here, and I'm going to swing around here. A little bit of a variation on the last one. At this point, he would have to vault through the window. Yeah, but he's a little too afraid, so we'll get it down. If he vaulted through the window, we could have just swung around the sides. We still would have been fine. We'll put him up on a hook. And head over. Ooh, here's someone right here. I don't generally run these perks. I mean, I know they're all meta perks. But my builds, I usually don't like to kick generators too much. Outside of maybe like Pop combined with like Jagged Compass or something. Like Eruption in general kind of annoys me. Oh, I see what they're doing. She must have run to the corner that last time. There's probably a boon over here or something. Oh. I didn't even think there was a pallet there. Okay, that must have been one of the pallets that they added with the change. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Eruption in general. I mean, it's a very solid perk. Oh, that's a fat shame spot. I'm sorry about that, lady. Hey, look, see, I can't even get through this thing. Don't even ask me why these kind of things are even in the game. That's just obnoxious. Eruption just kind of bugs me as a perk. It's strong. Like, it's a good perk for sure. It just kind of annoys me with that 30-second cooldown. Which, I get it. You know, it's balanced and all that, but it's just personal preference. She's probably going to go inside the portal here. Yep. So I'm just going to keep pushing. I'm not going to follow her. If I get a chance to follow like multiple survivors, or if we're in like really good shape, I can chase down there, but in general, it's just going to waste a ton of time by going downstairs. I'm going to go for the Zarina because she's still injured, but it's not like she's on Deathhook or anything. Here's Bill trying to take a hit. I'm just going to break this. This team does not seem to be doing any like Sabble things, so maybe I'm worried over nothing about the Meg with the no mither. I can't imagine someone bringing no mither otherwise. Like, even new players, I'm sure no mither is a bad perk. I don't know. They don't take the portal here, and this is the Meg again. We're just gonna chase her down. Thankfully, even this change here doesn't seem to have done too much of the pallets. Like, this is not very bad. I know prior to making this build, I had a game on Ormond, and I wasn't running like pallet break perks or anything. Let me tell you, that was the most miserable game of my entire life. It was like classic Ormond, which already had a ton of pallets. Like, that's one of Dredge's most miserable maps. But trying to do it with like the pallet density update was like, it was like suffering. Like, I don't know who came up with this pallet density idea, but it is not a good idea. Oh, you're going back here to heal, huh? Now, if I was a real jerk, I could just go for that person, but if you still have 3 gens left, we're in good shape. I'm just going to push my advantage. Quick kick here, combined with... Oh, she's going to keep running. Let's see, a quick kick combined with nowhere to hide means we can see what she's trying to do with her mind games. Oh, you do have time to finish that gen. Wow. Oh, well, okay. Good play. It's going to cost you a hook, but I guess it is only your first. That Zarina still might be in the corner. Hold on, somebody's here. Oh, she's right here. Took me a little bit by surprise there. There's no point kicking this. Can't apply Eruption. This thing here, there's really not much she can do. She's probably going to keep running. Then we can just teleport back. She does have a pallet here. We're just going to break this immediately, not even give her time to recover. And with Bruto, I think I get her before she makes any distance. Yeah, there's no way she could even vault that window. Without any possible dead hard. And, yeah, that's all she wrote. Let's just put her up on a hook, and we will look around. I don't know what gens they're working on. It's possible they're on the downstairs gens. Oh, I saw some scratch marks right here. Where are you? Are you trying something weird here? No, you're just making a full run. You're probably... I don't know what you're trying. we found the Claudette here, and one more who I didn't quite see who that was, but... Oh, the Bill, okay. No real difference in chasing either one of these two. We've cleared off a big chunk of this area too, so there's not a lot for them to do. Portal, probably? Yeah, they are. She was going for the portal. I'm going to let her go, run off. Bill is just as easy of a target. They only have the one gen here, but with two people downstairs. Let's change this. I might drop this depending on how they play this. With pallets like that, there's no choice but to just break them. He's going to head back upstairs. Interesting. He's got a pallet on the left here, which we can play around with our remnant very easily. Okay, my follower's cowl shows me there's nobody nearby for that pallet save. What a great add-on. That add-on's very slept on. I haven't heard any other Dredge players talk about how good it is, but it's one that's like, it's hard to take off sometimes. It's easy to get addicted to it, I should say. It just gives you so much information. Someone is right here. Two people are right here. Well, here's our chance just to end the game then. Shouldn't draw it out too long. Yeah, she's over there. At this terrible pallet here. She's going to power through that gen. Okay, we're just going to end it. With Nightfall, we should be able to catch up pretty fast. I think she might be able to make this unhook, though. Leaving us as dirty sluggers for a second. She goes down, and then if no one else has Unbreakable, we should be okay. Yeah, I'm not one to do a ton of slugging in general, but if I feel like I can close out a game really quick, I'll do it. Here, if I had known that she was going to be able to get that unhook in time, I wouldn't have slugged, I would have just hooked, but oh well. Live and learn, or, you know, kill and learn, I guess. Got a pallet here. Oh, this just loops around. This is a weird one, huh? And he fears the remnant as he should. And there we go. Now everyone can DC, and we can end the game. Yeah, there's the first one. Okay, yeah, I couldn't even get Killer Instinct here. Yeah, I've got no idea where she crawled off to. You know, the one thing like about ending the game like this, survivors can, you know, DC when they're all slugged, so they don't actually have to like wait out the whole bleed timer. But whatever, I feel a little bad, but and I have no idea what they were doing with this. Maybe they were just newer players playing with the Claudette, maybe a 3-man. I give up. I give up. But whatever. Pallet density didn't really affect this particular map too bad, but our general build did work out pretty well for what we encountered. So yeah, not bad. Oh, Hawkins. Okay, so Hawkins is not one of the maps that I think had more pallets added, but this is a painful map to play as the Dredge in the first place. So this is actually a great build for this map, because the way that this map works is there's a couple of pallets that are like at key corners that look like they'd be like really weak pallets, but in fact they're just a huge pain because they just shut you down and like they're just really frustrating. Okay, there's a survivor there. I really want to stop one of these early gens from being worked on though. Maybe I'll just leave them for a second. So yeah, I've got good hopes for this build. Although I can't promise that this is going to be a game that I'm going to enjoy. Yeah, let's just head back. Corrupt Intervention is definitely going to help us out a lot this game. Especially if we do like a little bit of hit and run. I really don't know where these other survivors are. That one gen there in the corner I'm not super worried about. Yeah, let's teleport here. I'll check up top. And if there's nobody here, and there's not, I can go to where we know the one survivor is. Yeah, there he is. Let's try to cut him off, push him back in that general area. Okay, here's another survivor. This is a gen that we definitely... Actually, I just kind of hate this gen. We're going to get back to it in a minute, but... Ooh, this is the kind of pallet I'm talking about, by the way. These ones are a nightmare. But yeah, you see this gen here on the right? Look, like, it cuts off the walkway. Like, you have to go through the pallet there. Yeah, sprint burst. You have to, like, go through the pallets. That makes that pallet, like, impossible to play around. I don't know why that gen could spawn right there next to that pallet. Okay, they're back on this. They don't have their sprint burst this time, so we're just going to push. See if we can get a hit in. Yeah, okay, they have to run, so we do get a hit. I think this is a good part to just kick this. You generally do not want to kick... Oh, man, these lockers suck. This is like on the other side of the wall. Oh, I just saw somebody right there, though. You generally don't want to kick gens during a chase if you can. But with brutal strength, it makes it a little bit smoother for us. And watch, we can do something fun right here. Put my remnant down here, and then go swing around, and nothing he can do. Would have been embarrassing if I got stuck on that middle post there, though. Up you go. No scourge hooks or anything, so we can just put them on the first hook we get to, which is easier said than done on this insufferable map. It's funny, when they first added this map during the Stranger Things chapter, back in the day, right, people hated it. And then they removed it, and then it was gone for a long time. I forget exactly how long. But, like, when they announced that it was coming back, people were like, yeah, great, this map is back, we love Hawkins. I'm like, none of you people played during the original game, because I can't remember anybody liking Hawkins. And you should not have greeted that pallet. I don't know what you were thinking there. And you're greeting this pallet too. You guys are so bold, it's crazy. This pallet's gone. So either you leave this room or you go down to my remnant. Yep, you go down to my remnant. There's two people here. I'm going to pick you up before you can possibly get under that pallet. Not let any pallet stuns get me here. This Steve... Does he have DS? Let's give up. Oh, the locker was blocked. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, no. Oh, why did I try to do something funny? Oh, I'm punished so hard for that. I was trying to teleport into the locker so I could get like the cool locker grab animation, but I forgot that Dredge has the anti-camp feature where you can't even teleport to lockers nearby. I don't know why the Dredge of all killers needs heavy anti-camp protection. I mean, you don't see the blight getting slowed down when you charge by a hooked survivor. But whatever, I digress. I don't know how you got past me there. Oh well. You got this pallet here. This pallet is a death sentence against the Dredge, especially if you drop it. We're gonna break this. There's no way your DS is still active. And I know you probably have DS because, well, first you're playing way too aggressively for somebody injured, but also because you're the Obsession. So the odds are pretty good. Let's put you up. And let's see, where are the survivors hiding? A sprint burst. Curse you, sprint burst. Man, I've been playing a lot of 2v8. I love 2v8. It's just so much fun to play. But those sprint bursts on demand with that really short cooldown is just crazy to me. Like, I get that it's going to be like a killer side, or not killer side, a survivor sided mode, which it definitely is. And I'm fine with that. You know, with the queue times, I'd hate to see how long it would be if it was a killer sided mode, but sprint burst on demand for your entire team with a push of a button, it's a little much. A little much. And I would have liked to hit her when she was on the other side of the pallet, but no such luck. I was going to teleport here, but I see the door's locked. Oh, you are coming back. I was going to try to, like, do something funky and, like swim around, but I suppose if you're going to show yourself, we can commit to the chase. Okay, we don't have to worry about Dead Heart, of course. Hasn't been hooked. Has Sprint Burst. Be up on this hook here. Fortunately, we do lose our Nightfall. Getting the Killer Instinct would have been nice. Actually, you know what? I love this one add-on I'm using because it gives me Killer Instinct when I return to the Remnant. But it would be really nice if it gave you Killer Instinct teleporting around too. Maybe that's just too much to ask for, but it would be really nice. These lockers are just atrocious. You would think an indoor map would have like lockers everywhere. You know, they've got a good excuse to, but still this like massive dead zone over here if there is, without lockers. And you're going upstairs. Okay, there's no hook in that corner right there, which means that the hook spawned in the opposite corner, stairwell. Oh, you got a chest there. Let's see what you got. Yeah, let's open it up. If you have a key, I will let you survive. Okay, what do we got? Oh, it's not a key. Sorry, Steve. Going on the hook. Okay, so no hook there. That hook's not there, is it? No, that's around. I got no hook spawn on either side here. I don't think I've ever seen that. Is that why he ran into that little room that he knew he'd go down in because he knew I couldn't hook him? Well, that's miserable. The worst part too is if they're playing on a team, they're going to be telling each other that I can't hook upstairs. They're going to keep running up. I can't believe you can get a spawn of Hawkins without a hook. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Oh well, we will do the best we can. And I see scratch marks everywhere. I'm going to get this out of the way. There's one scratch marks going off to the right. I'm going to take the ones off to the left, see if we can push him towards the other survivor. Put this down. I think they kept going. Yeah. They're going upstairs. Generally, you want to try to chase multiple survivors at a time. So if you can push them together, that's for the best. And yeah, this Steve, he knows what he's doing. He has no interest in playing the game. He knows I can't hook him here. So we just have to bleed him out here upstairs. How exciting. I wonder if, like, there's a hole here that, like, I can maybe, like, try to take him down towards. But then again, I don't know if there's a hook close enough still, because you still have, like, a ways you gotta carry him. I'm not even gonna risk it. I mean, he's, like, a third of the way bled out right now. Actually, you know what? I can get this guy right here. Put my remnant down. I think we're just going to have to go for the bleed out play, which I hate to do, but if you're not going to let me hook you, I mean, what do you expect me to do? Peekaboo. And you're going to go for this window, which I can also play around. It is kind of funny that some of the most annoying loops in the game, the Dredge can handle easily. And, like, just sticking a bunch of filler pellets everywhere, though, is a hard counter to Dredge. Just kind of funny killer design there. Another reason too why an update like the pallet density update, where you just throw a bunch of crappy pallets everywhere, just simply doesn't work as like a catch-all solution. Like why weaker killers often get hit with it stronger than a killer like Blight or Nurse that can just mostly ignore pallets. Where are you going? Okay, the Steve is still on the ground. The Leon, oh, he had Deliverance, pulling stuff off that hook. Oh, no, he didn't. He had, what's it called? Second Wind, I think? Which is a Steve perk. Then when you're unhooked, you're broken, and then you automatically heal after some amount of seconds, 20 or 30 seconds, I think. Which is an interesting perk. It's one that I've tried to make work a few times, and it's just very inconsistent. While I generally don't make Survivor gameplay videos because I'm not a great survivor. I do try out unique builds when I do play Survivor. Come on over here, but might as well prime this. Can we guess who that is? Yes, it is, of course, Mr. Steve. He knows exactly what we're going to do. We're going to put him in the corner and bleed him out. Which at this point, he's got a third left, so it's not going to be hard to do, but... actually, the perk that I really like when I play Survivor is Clean Break. And so what Clean Break does is, like Second Wind, you have to heal someone else to prime the perk. And then what it does at that point is when someone starts to heal you, you hit the interact button and you become broken for a minute. And then after a minute, you're fully healed. And it doesn't sound good, right? Because someone could just heal you right there, right? But you basically save like 30 seconds of time, right? I think it heals 14 seconds. So it's like you save the 14 seconds of the survivor healing you, along with 14 seconds of yourself being healed, right? Really? You're gonna walk up here too? I mean, I'll bleed out both of you guys, like if you're gonna play like this. But when you're saving 30 total seconds of time, like as a survivor, like that's time that you both could be spending on a gen, right? If you're both pushing a gen, you got practically half a gen right like that, and then you get healed anyway. It's such a fun perk, and it's one I really enjoy using. But I don't really see anybody ever using it. I guess probably because it's not like a perk that gives like immediate value to it. You know, it's like it's not obvious how good it is. But that's the thing with like a lot of these. yeah, I'll let you bleed too. I'm fine with that. That's the thing with like a lot of perks in this game. Like yes, my build here is pretty meta, but in general, my channel is all about using like one or two like underrated perks and then like making them work with more typical perks that people are aware of, right? Because there are a lot of perks in this game that are actually really good, and they just you just don't really see. I was a little too slow here. You just don't really see how good they are unless you try them yourself. But yeah, he got good value of that perk. Anyway, we're in a chase right now. We can play around this pallet. Yep, she's trying to bait the teleport. Generally a good thing to do against Dredge players. Not much else you can do other than try to win like a 50-50 vault over there. Put you up on the hook. I'm not sure what the Leon is doing. I assume that he's either going for the pickup or he's like cranking out a gen right now. We do have Nightfall, so we can get Killer Instinct. Although, admittingly, it has been a little buggy lately, which shouldn't be a surprise, because lately everything has been buggy. Not that I'm going to beat that dead horse anymore. Whatever. Okay, so you didn't go for the pickup. Are you both going to be waiting in one of these rooms? I don't even know if I want to bother. I don't know if I don't want to bother with this nonsense. Games like this, I don't know how people can find them fun. Like, if you're a survivor, like maybe you win some non-zero percentage of games like this, but is spiting the killer, like, really that important to you? Like, just play the game. This is already a good map for you. Not here. They were both probably upstairs healing. Wouldn't even surprise me if they would, like, literally both sit there and wait. I guess the Leon is going for this. I was going to kick that gen just to put Eruption on it, but not really a huge point. So waiting for my power here. Dredge's power cooldown is so long at times. That's why I like using the Altamarian writing. It's just generally strong. How are you going to play this? There's actually a few different ways that the survivor can play this. I'm just going to leave it. We know that the Aurela is going to head right back to that same generator. Wait, actually, is the Nicolas Cage still up here? Maybe not. Oh, okay, here they are. They're going for a heal. I do want to be smart. I mean, we are at 1 gen. That gen's at 50-ish%, so I'm not too worried about it. It is Eruption too, so as long as I can get it down on either one of these two, I think we'll probably be good. They're both on Deathlook too, so I will be happy to end this game. And buddy, why are you going for a stun here? Like, in a situation like this, just drop the pallet, right? I'm chasing you, drop the pallet and run. Like, I can't play around that pallet. I don't think I can, like, go through a door or anything. You're just in good shape. Boy, these lockers are just terrible. But yeah, so I think we won this game mostly because the survivors are more focused on spite than on actually trying to win. And no pity for you guys. I'm just going to hook you right now. If they get hatched, they get hatched. I don't even care. That is one thing about this build. You don't have a ton of aura reading. Like, I would love barbecue and chili right now, because you know he'd light right up. I mean, the best that we have is Nightfall right now. You're not up here, are you? No. Nightfall right now, we'd get a little bit of Killer Instinct. Oh, is that hatch? I thought I just heard it. I did just hear it. Okay. I could sit here on the hatch and wait for him to show up. But, as Dredge, there's something better you can do. What we can do is we can go to the doors. I can drop my remnant. Then if I slowly walk to the opposite door, I just sit down right on top of that door. And then there's nothing they can do. If they come to me, then I just drop the remnant and hit them. If they touch my remnant, because they have to touch my remnant in order to get to the door, that will destroy the remnant, and I'll get an immediate notification of that. And then I can teleport to that locker right there. Right, that one. And I will get them. So, we're good. He could find a key, and at that point, he'd be able to get the hatch. But I don't think there was any keys in this lobby, I don't remember. And there certainly wasn't one in the chest upstairs. So I think we got it. Oh, and I think he just walked over there, saw my remnant, and realized what I was doing, and just DC'd. I mean, at that point, why not just let me kill you, so you still get your blood points from the game? But this game's been 100% out of spite from all these guys, so I'm not surprised they took the salty option. I wonder if the bot was afraid of my remnants? I don't know if bots are programmed to avoid remnants. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever. Win is a win. Okay, let's see what everybody brought. So brand new part on the Nicolas Cage. And, yeah, so Nicolas Cage had Unbreakable. I wonder why that wasn't particularly relevant. Well, anyway, I'm happy to be out of Hawkins, and hopefully it's a long time before I see this awful map again. So yeah, good game. Today's build focused on slowing the early game with Corrupt Intervention to help us work through the pallets. But if you prefer using Fire Up over Brutal Strength for Fire Up's increased vault and pickup speeds in addition to the pallet break speeds, you do have some options. Dropping Corrupt Intervention for No Way Out will give us a solid option for slowing down the end game instead, giving us more time when Fire Up is at its strongest, by blocking the exit gates from being opened. You can also embrace the game speed by swapping Corrupt for Enduring. Greed every pallet that you find and break them all faster with Fire Up, and you'll make dead zones pretty fast. Do resist the temptation to use perks like Surge or Scourge Hook Pain Resonance with this build, however. These perks will damage gens before you can kick them, removing a lot of our build synergy since we can't kick a gen that's already regressing in order to get Eruption or Nowhere to Hide value. That all being said, until the pallet break changes are reverted, to at least some extent, I likely won't make a ton of Dredge content, since I really feel like it restricts the viable builds on him. But we'll play it by ear, who knows, maybe I'll come up with something clever. In the meantime though, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, thank you for your continued support.